Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Ryan Seacrest is known for a variety of hosting jobs, from American Idol to Wheel of Fortune. However, he once served as Kelly Ripa's co-host on her live talk show. Recently, Seacrest had a bit of a family reunion of sorts, where he met up with Ripa's new co-host and real-life husband, Mark Consuelos. Notably, both Seacrest and Ripa herself shared the moment on social media. From 2017 to 2023, Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa hosted Live with Kelly and Ryan together. However, Ripa's real-life husband and former All My Children co-star Mark Consuelos would end up taking over co-hosting duties, with Seacrest making his final appearance as Ripa's co-host in April 2023. In addition, Seacrest has had a lot of prominent hosting duties over the years. He is known for his work on American Idol, Wheel of Fortune, and even hosting Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. However, Ripa and Consuelos still consider Seacrest to be part of their family. As noted by People, Seacrest and Consuelos had a bit of a recent reunion. However, on February 28th, Seacrest and Consuelos could be seen working out together at the Alo Wellness Club. Seacrest shared the moment on Instagram, noting, "Ran into the only client I train." The carousel post opened up with a video in which Consuelos could be seen doing sit-ups. It soon revealed that Seacrest is stretching right where he lands. In addition, Seacrest and Consuelos appeared in two selfies together. The first saw them smiling for the camera. The second had the two flexing their arms, with Consuelos boasting a skeleton tattoo on his bicep. Ripa herself also shared Seacrest's post on her own Instagram stories, as she also wrote, "Posh dudes in LA." As People noted, it's not a surprise the two are close friends. At the time of his departure, Seacrest had interest in moving to the West Coast due to his commitment to American Idol. In addition, at the time, Consuelos shared that Seacrest left all his furniture, which is amazing. He left me a beautiful handwritten note with a gorgeous photograph of Steve McQueen. It's going to go right there on the wall. Consuelos also shared, "Ryan's the best, and he's been so supportive of this move. I am so appreciative of his friendship and the warm words he's shown me." He also assured there had been a very peaceful transfer of power. This isn't the first time Seacrest has reunited with Ripa or Consuelos since his 2023 departure. As previously reported, Seacrest filmed a special tribute for the co-hosts for their holiday shows. At the time, he noted he missed the tradition of wearing holiday onesies with Ripa. Notably, this was a tradition Consuelos was said to have no interest in continuing. In the world of television, reunions often evoke joy, nostalgia, and excitement. Whether it's an emotional homecoming between long-lost friends or a surprise appearance from a beloved guest, these moments are frequently the highlight of a show. On a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, however, fans were treated to something a little different. A sweaty reunion between Ryan Seacrest, the iconic host of American Idol, and Kelly Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos. While reunions are usually marked by hugs and warm words, this particular reunion was filled with playful energy, humor, and a few unexpected twists. The combination of Seacrest's larger-than-life personality, Consuelos' charm, and the sheer unpredictability of a sweaty moment created one of the most entertaining segments to date. It was a reunion that made viewers laugh, reminisce, and appreciate the unique dynamics between these longtime friends. The pre-reunion hype, the scene was set. As the Live with Kelly and Mark episode began, Kelly Ripa was in her usual spot, ready to entertain the live audience. This particular show was highly anticipated, as it had been teased for days leading up to the airing. Fans had heard whispers of a special guest appearance and had been eagerly awaiting Ryan Seacrest's return to the show, following his departure after a long tenure as co-host with Kelly. The show had evolved into a family affair with Kelly and Mark taking over the hosting duties together. However, fans of the original dynamic duo, Kelly and Ryan, had been missing their witty banter and effortless camaraderie. So, when Ryan Seacrest announced he'd be stopping by for a guest appearance, the excitement levels reached an all-time high. For weeks, Kelly had been hyping up Ryan's visit, promising that it would be a reunion for the ages. Little did fans know, the reunion would not be without a few surprises. The sweat-fueled entrance. The moment Ryan Seacrest walked onto the set, the entire room buzzed with energy. The audience erupted into applause as he greeted Kelly and Mark with his signature smile. As expected, Ryan and Kelly shared an enthusiastic embrace, and it was clear that the years of working together hadn't dampened their friendship. However, things took an unexpected turn when Mark, who had been seated behind the desk, stood up to greet Ryan. Mark, usually the calm and composed one in the family, was visibly sweating. His face was flushed, and his shirt was sticking to his back. The contrast between the polished, fresh-faced Ryan Seacrest and Mark's sweaty appearance created a moment of comedic tension. The audience couldn't help but laugh as Mark apologized for his damp state, claiming that he had just finished a vigorous workout before heading to the studio. "Okay now, this is awkward," Mark said, wiping his forehead. "I had no idea we'd be getting this kind of reunion." Ryan, ever the jokester, couldn't resist poking fun at the situation. "It's okay, Mark," he teased. "I'm just happy to be here, but it's clear you're working out way harder than I am. Should we call this a sweaty reunion?" The playful exchange set the tone for the rest of the segment, as Kelly quickly jumped in to add, "I mean, it's a reunion, but not exactly the kind I envisioned when I said I wanted it to be sweaty." The banter continued, with the trio laughing and teasing one another about the unexpected sweaty dynamic. The story behind the sweat. As the segment progressed, Kelly asked Mark to elaborate on the circumstances that led to his sweaty appearance. Mark explained that he had recently taken up a new fitness routine, which he called his full-body detox. According to him, this particular workout was one that involved a lot of intense cardio and weightlifting, all aimed at breaking a sweat like never before. "I'm trying to keep up with the young crowd," Mark said, nodding toward Ryan with a playful grin. "I've got to stay fit to keep up with Kelly, you know." Ryan, who had no shortage of witty remarks, chimed in, "Well, you're definitely keeping up with the sweat factor." But despite the good-natured ribbing, the underlying theme of the conversation was a bit more heartfelt. As Mark shared the details of his new fitness journey, it became clear that he was pushing himself beyond his comfort zone, seeking new ways to stay active and challenge himself physically. It was a rare moment of vulnerability, and it resonated with the audience. The moment was a reminder that even celebrities like Mark, who appears so effortlessly fit and composed on screen, have their own personal struggles and ambitions. Kelly, who was both supportive and amused, added, "I love that you're taking care of yourself, but next time, let's try to keep this sweat in the gym, okay?" Her playful teasing was a subtle but sincere acknowledgement of Mark's dedication to his health. The emotional undercurrent, what could have easily been a simple comedic moment about sweat, quickly turned into something more profound. Ryan and Mark's reunion, while lighthearted and filled with humor, also highlighted the strong bond between the two. Their friendship, forged over years of shared experiences, was evident in their easy banter and the way they genuinely cared for each other. Ryan, who had left live with Kelly and Ryan to focus on other projects, had a bittersweet farewell with Kelly when he departed. Their on-screen partnership had been iconic, and viewers had grown attached to their dynamic. However, despite Ryan's exit, it was clear that the connection between him and Kelly was as strong as ever, as evidenced by this reunion. Mark's presence in the conversation also added an extra layer of warmth. Though he and Ryan had their fair share of playful jabs, it was obvious that the two men respected each other. Their camaraderie was a testament to the fact that, despite the pressures of fame and the public eye, genuine friendships can thrive.